In sports news, Enyimba's progression to the final of CAF Confederation Cup in doubt after a loss at home to Raja Casablanca. Details shortly. Well, many thanks for staying with us. I am Justin Akadanye. We begin from Lagos in this bulletin. Well, Governor Akinwumi Ambode has accepted his loss of the governorship primary election of the All Progressives Congress APC, congratulating Babajide Sanwo-Olu, winner of the exercise. Sanwo-Olu polled 970,851 votes ahead of the governor, who secured 72,901 votes. In his address, Ambode said APC is a great party, appealing to residents of the state to give Sanwo-Olu the needed support in the 2019 election. Governor Ambode also assured of a smooth transition of power on May 29, adding that as governor, he will do everything possible to ensure a smooth transition in the remaining period of this administration and ultimately to the new governor come May 29. He stressed that the APC remains united in the state and urged party members to support the party's candidate in order to move Lagos State forward. In the meantime, Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose has reacted to the controversial Lagos governorship primaries of the All Progressives Congress, saying the APC is taking the people for granted. Ayo Fayose made the comment in Ado-Ekiti in an interview with newsmen during the visit of a People's Democratic Party presidential aspirant at the Hill, Bafarawa. He said that APC should know that the party's internal politics is different from general election. He urged the people of the state to speak emphatically with their votes in 2019 and ensure that elected officials respect the people.
APC will show where they will put the rope in their neck. You see, they are gradually and daily taking Nigerians for granted. They forget every day that party politics does not end, the general election does not end with party politics. It does not end up with party politics. The APC is playing dangerous politics, politics that can destroy this country. They have descended, they have gotten to a level of arrogance. Who will catch me? Who will arrest me? No, don't mind the rigging and all that has happened in the last few months. In the general election, the PDP will have a good showing.
Still on party primaries, we'll move on next to, well, still talking election matters, that is. Osun State Governor-elect Gboyega Oyetola says his administration will run an all-inclusive government. Gboyega Oyetola was speaking at the Independent National Electoral Commission headquarters in Osogbo after receiving the certificate of return presented by the INEC National Commissioner, Solomon Shoyebi, who urged politicians to shun violence or do-or-die electoral process. In his acceptance speech, Oyetola, who promised to run an all-inclusive government, said he will welcome genuine stakeholders to join him to move the state forward. He commended the INEC for providing a level playing field for the smooth conduct of the elections.
For believing in our party, for giving me the opportunity to serve as the governor, by the grace of God, for the next 4 years. And I want to assure you that I will justify the confidence you repose in me.
The state chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Gboyega Famodun, thanked all stakeholders for the successful conduct of the polls, while the resident electoral commissioner, Olusegun Agbaje, reiterated the commission's resolve to be an unbiased empire. Well, moving on now to Oyo State, where Governor Abiola Ajimobi has clinched the ticket for Oyo South Senatorial District after he defeated another chieftain of the party, Dr. Fola Akionshu, at the party's primary held in Ibadan North local government. Ajimobi polled a total of 2,659 votes to defeat Akionshu with 168 votes. Correspondent Kunlojo reports that the exercise scheduled for 10 a.m. on Tuesday was delayed due to a late arrival of materials. The chairman of the panel, Ademola Seriki, who apologized on behalf of the party, had threatened to postpone the exercise due to shoddy arrangements, but later changed his mind. Addressing journalists after being declared the winner, the governor applauded the electoral committee for what he believed was a hitch-free exercise. On his part, Dr. Kyonshu told newsmen that he was backing out of the race because of alleged plans to rig the exercise in favor of Governor Ajimobi.
It was fair, free, transparent. I was even happy that my younger brother scored so high, as high as 160. I think he tried, to be honest. And you can see it was transparent, everybody was happy. I'm happy about it.
A total number of 2,876 delegates from 9 local governments that constitute the senatorial district were accredited for the election. Also, the 7th senator from North Senatorial District, Abdul Fatai Buhari, was retained unopposed at the primary election held in Ogbomoso for Oyo North Senatorial District. The primary election in Oyo Central Senatorial District was cancelled following a misunderstanding that occurred during the process. The 3 contenders for the sole ticket are former Senate leader Teslim Folarin, the immediate past commissioner for local government and chieftaincy affairs Bimbo Kolade, and Temitope Olatoye. Meantime, the Mohammed Indaba 8-man All Progressives Congress Governorship Direct Primaries Committee in Ogun State has declared Prince Dakpo Abiodun as the winner of the exercise in the state. The committee, which was constituted by the National Working Committee of the ruling party, said Dakpo Abiodun emerged the candidate of the party after scoring the highest number of total valid votes. The chairman said the committee worked in line with the guidelines provided by the party. On the announcement of Abiodun Akinlade as the winner of the exercise by the state chairman, Denri Adebi, the committee said the leadership of the party in the state has acted against the law, noting that only the committee empowered by the national body is empowered to do so.
Having polled 2,659, which is the highest among the contestants, having considered all factors voided and others, I hereby pronounce Senator Abiola Ajobi as the senator.
You're watching the news coming to you from Galaxy Television. Still ahead, when we return, Youths Protest Direct Primary in FCT. The details in a moment. To join us again. Welcome back. Now for more updates and latest news, visit our website, galaxytvonline.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GalaxyTV Nigeria. You can follow or interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GalaxyTV, or tweet at us at GalaxyTV. Now don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Official Galaxy TV. The social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments. And straight now to Abuja, where angry youths believed to be supporters of one of the aspirants contesting for the senatorial ticket of the All Progressives Congress in the Federal Capital Territory have stormed the APC National Secretariat in protest. The youths, brandishing all kinds of placards, blocked the entrance and exit points of the APC Secretariat, chanting solidarity songs. Addressing journalists during the protest, the leader of the group, Comrade Murtala Karisi, said, "The people of the Federal Capital Territory have decided to go for indirect primary on senatorial ticket of the All Progressives Congress," adding that youths are not happy with the direct primary option. He expressed displeasure that the party yielded to pressure and reversed its insistence on indirect primary in the FCT. Now, Comrade Karisi cautioned the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshiomhole, against going ahead with direct primaries in FCT.
Like any other states, all states in Nigeria, including FCT, we are given options to pick the mode of their primaries. And in FCT here, we have decided to go on indirect primaries after meeting with the party stakeholders and the host aspirants contesting in different positions. But to our greatest surprise, some hours to the primaries election, that from the above, that is no longer indirect primary, is direct primary. We are not in support of that. FCT have decided to go on indirect primaries. Anything outside this is not our choice. Anything outside this is outside our plan. Anything outside this, it is none of our concern. And we are sending a message to the whole world that if anything happens to any life in FCT, the national chairman of FCT should be held responsible. We are after the concern of the lives of people of FCT. FCT is like a smaller Nigeria.
According to him, the youths of the FCT will do everything possible to resist the imposition of direct primary, including passing a vote of no confidence on the national chairman of the party, Adams Oshiomhole. The All Progressives Congress in Ekiti State says it will now conduct its National Assembly primary elections on Thursday through direct mode of primary across the 177 wards in the state. APC's publicity secretary in the state, Ade Ajayi, told Galaxy News that the party has adopted the direct primary mode to forestall a possible breakdown of law and order among the party faithful in the state. Ajayi, who urged all party members to come out en masse and participate in the exercise, also noted that the 2014 party membership cards will be used as criteria to vote.
Not because of the protest changing our decision, but a directive was issued from the National Working Committee for us to go by direct mode of election to the National Assembly. Hence, we are complying with the directive of the National Working Committee. And the register of members with the National Working Committee are already with us.
Now, some aggrieved aspirants of the party and their loyalists on Tuesday swarmed the state party secretariats to demand the direct mode of primary election on the ground that the indirect system negates the directive of its National Working Committee. Well, moving on now. The senior advocate of Nigeria and former Speaker of the Oyo State House of Assembly, Dr. Akin Onigbinde, has emerged the governorship candidate of the Alliance for Democracy in Oyo State. The primary, which was organized by the Michael Akinropo-led state executives, was witnessed by party national leaderships, Southwest leadership, officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission, among other delegates. Onigbinde, who emerged through the nomination and affirmation by the delegates, was unopposed alongside 3 senatorial candidates, 12 House of Representatives candidates, and 32 House of Assembly flag bearers. Meanwhile, another caretaker committee of the party, led by Akin Alamu, also held its congress at the Green Spring Hotel, Old Ife Road, Ibadan.
In August, Ibadan. By the grace of God, this man will succeed. He will win the election. He will prosper. He will look after you. All these bad roads that are run yesterday, this man will do it for you.
The National Legal Advisor, Kehinde Aworila, who was at the Akirapo-led primary where Onigbinde emerged, said the party's constitution does not in any way recognize the caretaker committee. He affirmed Onigbinde and other candidates for other elected positions as duly recognized flag bearers of the party for the 2019 general elections. Addressing the delegates at the Akirapo's primary, the chairman, National Congress Planning Committee for Oyo State Party Delegates Congress and Party Primary, said the national leadership of the party was shocked at what he described as a private decision of some individuals to set up caretaker committee, noting that any other primary held outside the one witnessed by the national leadership is a nullity. Moving on now to Benue State, where Social Democratic Party in the state has finally declared results of its recently held primaries. Declaring the results before aspirants and party stakeholders at the SDP Secretariat in Makurdi, Chairman, Electoral Panel for SDP primaries in Benue, Salifu Mohammed, who made the announcement, said all those declared winners have satisfied the provision of the law and fulfilled all conditions requisite for return. Before announcing the winner of the governorship election, he read out other results from state houses of assembly, senate, before announcing Hingam BM as winner of the governorship ticket. Meanwhile, the state chairman of the party, John Enemari, expressed satisfaction at the peaceful conduct of the primary.
As you must have heard, those areas, we put them on hold. For instance, Nakot South, put it on hold. Because I promise Benue people transparent services. Nakot South is put on hold.
Speaking to journalists, the governorship flag bearer, Hinga BM, thanked the Benue people for their support, saying the victory is the beginning of the journey into the renewal of the state.
I want to appreciate those who participated in this process with me, especially my brothers who also ran for the ticket of governor. My assurances to them is that in this game, there is no loser. We are all winners.
First and foremost, I want to thank God for the privilege to be called by my people. And they have demonstrated that to bring me forth as a sole candidate from the area.
You're watching the news on Galaxy Television. When we return from this quick break, a youth urge to effect change in their environment. Details shortly. Welcome back. Now, 60 young Nigerians who participated in the 2018 Mandela Washington Fellowship have converged on Lagos for a conference to compare notes on their fellowship experience. The fellows were hosted by the U.S. Embassy Consulate in Lagos. Stephanie Ojadi has the report.
The Mandela Washington Fellowship is a flagship program of President Obama's Young African Leaders Initiative, YALI, and a key part of the U.S. commitment to invest in the future of Africa. Successful applicants are sent to top universities in the U.S. for a 6-week training course. The 2018 Mandela Washington Fellowship Reunion Conference afforded participants the opportunity to broaden their networks and receive information on accessing U.S. funding. In his address, U.S. Consul General John Bray encouraged Nigerian youths to pursue this opportunity to access training courses in business entrepreneurship, civic leadership, or public management. He also encouraged fellows to hone the skills obtained to touch their communities as leaders.
Program. I mean, what it consists of is they go back and they pair up in at different universities, different terrific universities in the United States, and they get sort of and polish their skills and learn the way forward. And what we've seen over time is they've all come back and done tremendous things in Nigeria, for Nigeria. Well, let's focus in on one key word in YALI, and that is leaders. And leaders go back to their communities and they organize programs and civil society groups and different things that touch not just themselves and their families, but touch their communities. And that basically is how the program works. Anyone can apply, and it's a very, very competitive process, and it happens every year.
Public Affairs Officer Russell Brooks says the opportunity is for every young leader who wants to impact change in their community through innovative methods.
We attempt to get applicants from all over the country with a variety of experiences and skills. The most important thing is that they are young leaders. If they are people who have already been engaged in their communities doing very positive work, we are interested in those individuals, men and women, regardless of region, even those who may suffer from a disability.
Meanwhile, an alumnus, Temitayo Etemi, says the passion to impact change drives one to be productive. She said Nigeria's problems are multifaceted and the only way to solve them is for every youth to contribute the little they can do within the environment and community, regardless of funding.
You don't always necessarily need large buckets of funds to improve on your community, and that's one of the challenges that Nigerians typically have. Oh, I want to start something, but I'm waiting for the funding to come, otherwise I don't start it. I think most importantly, you need passion, you need energy, and you need the commitment of a few committed people, and that sometimes makes all the difference. You don't need large buckets of funds to improve your country.
Since its inception, nearly 3,700 young Africans have traveled to the U.S. for the exchange program designed to empower them. Among those who have participated are 360 Nigerians who have developed strategies for achieving Nigeria's sustainable development goals.
We're talking security matters now. The federal government has been advised to explore all avenues to secure the unconditional release of Leah Sharibu, who was abducted alongside some of her colleagues on February 19th this year. Addressing journalists in Ibadan on the continuous detention of Leah, leaders of the human rights organization Zontol International charged the government not to give up on her release but should explore all avenues to free Leah from her abductors.
Is mainly to appeal to federal government to release Leah Sharibu. We are so passionate about her. We have been wondering all this while she's still in the Boko Haram custody. We feel the pain and grief of Leah's parents, and we want the federal government to do something about it as soon as possible. For how long will Leah remain in the Boko Haram captivity?
Despite her tender age, she's indeed a prisoner of conscience. As mothers and grandmothers, our hearts are heavy with pain and grief for the continued separation of Leah from her family and loved ones. For somebody so tender in age, her suffering physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually can only be imagined.
They stressed the need for government to give priority to girl child education in the country. stressing that education remains an important tool that enables women and girls to participate in decisions that affect their lives and improve their social status.
Of the girl child, it can never be overemphasized. And it has been noted by several researchers that enabling female education is crucial for national development, and the role of the women cannot be underestimated. When a girl child is educated, a nation is also educated. We all know this. This is so because the education of every child starts from the family, and the mother is the first teacher. Educating the girl child produces mothers who are educated and who will in turn educate their children and provide for their children financially.
Now, leaders of the International Organization further urged the government and all stakeholders to curtail the trend of unemployment, corruption, greed, poverty, kidnapping, and other vices in the society. Meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday spoke with Mrs. Rebecca Sharibu, a mother of the Dapchi secondary school girl, Leah, who had been kidnapped by Boko Haram terrorists, and assured her that his administration would do everything it will take to bring her daughter back home. The president consoled the Sharibu family and assured the parents that the federal government will do its utmost for the safety and security of their daughter. He assured the mother that his heart was with her family as that of the entire nation, which continues to pray for the safe return of her daughter, Leah. We're still talking security matters now from Kwara State, where over 30 suspects have been arrested by the Kwara State Police Command for crimes relating to armed robbery, cultism, and criminal conspiracy. This is coming 2 weeks after the new Commissioner of Police, Bolaji Fafowora, resumed duty. Parading the suspect at the police headquarters in Ilorin, the Commissioner of Police said the suspect, who include a 27-year-old man, Ibrahim Abubakar, who specializes in stealing transformers, armored cable within the Ilorin metropolis, will be charged to court after conclusion of investigation of the cases. Other suspects paraded include 2 ladies who are members of the IA confraternity and another with 5 bags of weed suspected to be Indian hemp. The Commissioner of Police advised members of the public to always make information available to the force and be vigilant of happenings around them.
Another important one, and that is a case of vandalization of electricity transformer and armored cables. And suspect in this case is Abubakar Ibrahim. And the exhibits recovered are the electricity transformer, armored cables, and two Bajaj motorcycles.
Ibrahim Abubakar, who was alleged to have stolen transformer cables, denied the allegation, insisting that he is a commercial motorcyclist.
Carry it, put it on my bike. So at the time when they was carried to put it on top of my bike, so the security they are really to arrest them, but they never coming out. But me, I didn't understand as the thing was there. I mean.
Straight now to Akwa Ibom State, where over 200 cultists have embraced the state amnesty program in troubled Ukanofon local government area. The repentant cultists embraced the amnesty initiated by the governor, Udom Emmanuel, by surrendering their stolen arms and live ammunition to the state police commissioner. The surrendering of arms by the repentant cultists came after a series of efforts by the state government and police command to bring a lasting peace to Ukanofon local government area. While addressing the cultists, the Commissioner of Police, Adeyemi Ogunjemilusi, urged those who have refused to embrace amnesty to do so within 48 hours or face the wrath of the law.
Hearing. However, we have the Etimeko sector led by former Englishman. When I talked to him last, he said Englishman has traveled to New York. So we now have Overcomer. He has changed to Overcomer. So, but it's the same Englishman. So he is still holding out with arms. And we are using this opportunity for those of you who are here.
However, some of the repentant cultists promised not to go back to their old ways and ask for assistance from the state government to better their lives.
We need our youth. We are lacking so many things in this local government. Many of us here will have family. Many of us here we don't even have anywhere to start.
On his part, Governor Udom Emmanuel assured them of adequate rehabilitation and empowerment for proper integration into the society. We're still talking crime. A 35-year-old commercial motorcyclist Friday Moses has been accused of impregnating his 13-year-old daughter. The victim, who had accused his father of perpetually harassing her sexually, was said to have complained to security operatives in the state about her father's escapades. The victim said she had been abused by her father when she was just 7, while narrating the continuous unholy, alleged sexual intercourse with her father. Now, the pregnant victim disclosed that it was her second pregnancy, having aborted the first one through contraceptives administered to her.
This woman will come in my bed. I can't sit down for share. You go come up condo. You go come lock door. You go come say my condo. I can't say me. Can't say if I not come bed, I not eat for this house. You go come carry wire. You go come use and tell the beat me.
However, the accused denied ever sleeping with the victim.
The day where they tell me, say, now one woman tell me, say, carry belly. So as he tell me now, the following day when I go work, come back, now community call me. So they give me police. So police carry me to Oropo. From Oropo now they call you.
Meanwhile, the Edo State Police Commissioner Johnson Kokumo also paraded over 70 other suspects arrested for various crimes.
That the good people of Edo State sleep with their 2 eyes closed. We have a total of 76 suspects involved in various offenses ranging from armed robbery, kidnapping, including cultism. We have a total of 47 assorted arms recovered from these hoodlums. Live ammunition 8, live cartridges 151, expanded cartridges 26.
You're watching the news coming to you from Galaxy Television, away from crime reports. Up next is business reports with Ezine Egesi. Stay with us.
Since 2012, the European Union Nigerian Business Forum, jointly driven by the European Union delegation to Nigeria and the EU member states, has served to address the obstacles affecting Nigeria's business environment. The mobilization of 44 billion euros between fourth quarter 2018 and 2020 is one of the ways to address these obstacles. Deputy Head of the European Union delegation to Nigeria and ECOWAS, Richard Young, made the disclosure at a press briefing on the EU-Nigeria Business Forum held at the Nigerian-Belgian Chamber of Commerce in Lagos. Richard, while speaking on the Union's interest in Africa, especially Nigeria, stated that the monies will be disbursed through development banks with reduced interest rate and offer guarantees with private sector investors.
Now, what we're trying to do is, by using this external investment plan, the objective is to mobilize about 44 billion euro from now to 2020.
Also speaking on the highlights of the European Nigeria Business Forum with the theme Building Partnerships for Growth and Job Creation, he said its main aim is to seek ways to improve Nigeria's economy by mobilizing financial projects, creating innovative financial influence and promoting public-private and government partnerships, among others.
One, through blending some of that grant money with loan money. This is particular for development banks, so that they have an opportunity to take a small slice of grant money, and then that would reduce the rate of interest that has to be charged on the loan money, and then makes I think more socially useful investments take place, particularly in infrastructure and particularly in the energy sector.
In her separate remarks, Sustainable Development Director and Delegate of the European Union, Fayose Ambrose, while sharing the essence of the forum, said there will be an official launch of the European Business Organization EBO, which will stimulate investment and institutionalize the world's regulatory and policy frameworks within Nigeria.
Stimulate investments and the institutionalization of the world regulatory and policy frameworks within Nigeria. Like I said, a lot more will be said tomorrow, but what I just wanted to give you a highlight really of is what the premise and objectives of the EBO, which stands for the European Business Organizations of Nigeria, will play in Nigeria.
According to them, the external investment plan is adapted to the specific needs of partner countries and builds on a successful model used within the European Union. In the meantime, as part of the commitment of the Nigerian economy, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the organized private sector comprising MAN, NECA, NASIMA, NASME, NASI, and Center for International Private Enterprise CIPE in their research highlights present realities in the Nigerian port. President Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry Babatunde Ruwase, during a press briefing and official launch of maritime port reforms held in Lagos, said according to their research, the economy is currently losing about 600 billion naira in customs revenue, estimated $10 billion on non-oil export. He added that industrial capacity utilization stands between 38 to 40%, and some businesses located around the Lagos port communities have scaled down operations or shut down completely.
Industrial capacity utilization currently stands at 38 to 40%, and approximately 40% of businesses around the Lagos port community have either relocated to other areas, scaled down operations, or completely shut down.
Babatunde, while speaking on suggestions for reforms and policy actions, advocated the use of single-window platforms by all relevant ministries, departments and agencies, and also enforcement of the presidential executive order, among others. He also urged government to pay attention to other ports outside Lagos.
Implement the use of single-window platform by all relevant MDAs. We believe that enforcing the use of single-window platform is the most vital reform measure needed to reduce or eliminate process delays, human interface, bureaucracy, and multiplicity of agencies.
Also speaking during the briefing, council member of the LCCI, Ikenna Nwosu, said none of the port access roads functions at an optimal level.
The access roads to every single port in Nigeria, whether airport, seaport, or land port, not one is at optimal status.
According to the chamber, one major way to drive economic diversification